Good evening and thanks for joining us. Getting arrested is traumatic enough, especially if you're innocent and prove it later. But what if your mugshot showed up all over the internet anyway and you have to pay to get it taken down? Tonight, we're going inside the booming business of mugshot websites where your misfortune paves the road to their fortune. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
For the people whose faces are splashed across these web pages, it can be embarrassing, stigmatizing, and downright depressing. And we're not just talking about the jailhouse photos of celebrities. The real money these days is with real people.
No one's meant to be in jail, so I say that I wasn't supposed to be there. No one is, but it was really a turning point in my life, my lowest point in my life.
Michael Needham admits he's not a perfect young man by any means, but says this mugshot from his DUI arrest in Georgia is now available with every internet search of his name.
Stuff follows you forever, and it feels like I'm a little fish in a big pond, and it's hard to fight these mugshot companies. I don't really know who to turn to try to make these things go away.
The former ROTC cadet says that God is forgiving, but the websites that publish his photos are not. Today, he runs a moving business and says he fears he'll never escape his past.
It's ridiculous to have one small chapter of your life affect the entirety of your life.
We found dozens of mugshot websites still running strong, and in most states their work is perfectly legal. They stand behind sunshine laws that allow them to legally download booking photos and other open records from police websites, sometimes the very second those files are released. Wanda Dallas worked for the Fulton County Sheriff in Georgia and is now a magistrate court judge.
We all know it's wrong. Fundamentally, we know it's wrong. But in a country that just gives people the access to information and in an age where information is available so quickly, how do you stop this?
And here's where critics say the websites take it too far. Many of them still make their money by charging the people in these photos hundreds of dollars to take the pictures down.
Now we're going to draw right here.
Andy McMahon, a computer technician in Atlanta, says in his case he paid $75 to take down an old booking photo from a DUI. He says he hasn't had a drink in several years, and now he's a family man with 2 kids.
And after they took it down, they just started popping up everywhere. It's kind of like whack-a-mole. You know, you hit one down and they just pop up other places.
Sophia Andrade says she's innocent, and a court agrees.
It's like you can't move on with your life. I mean, everybody goes to Google now and to see who you are. I'm not a criminal. I'm not charged with anything.
She says she was the victim and felt violated by mugshot websites.
There you are.
That legally published the booking photos from what she says was a false arrest from a domestic dispute. It was all later cleared from her record.
Just to have that online is just a constant reminder of my nightmare.
When she asked just one of these sites to keep her photos private, they said yes, but she'd have to pay $399, and she refused.
All they want is money to take the pictures down. It's not just that I take my photograph down on this site. It comes down on this site and it pops up somewhere else, over and over and over again. So when does it stop?
We found several pages like TampaCriminals.com that explain how they still charge to remove booking photos even if the person in the picture was cleared. Question: if I was found not guilty or had my record expunged, will you remove my mugshot for free? Their answer: no. Question: how do you sleep at night? Their answer: just like you, in a bed, cuddling with the freedom of speech, an American flag, and the King James Bible. We went looking for a voice from the mugshot website industry, but found that contact information on the sites often led nowhere.
So you're just a businessman in this scenario?
A businessman and an advocate.
We did find this man in Louisiana who asked to remain in shadow.
Think of how many people have been arrested. Now put a small service fee on that amount of people, and you can see why the industry is sort of taken off.
He told us to call him TJ and says he's just a middleman, hired by thousands of Americans each year, desperate to get their booking photos taken down. On his website that offers reputation repair, he charges up to $1,300 for his services, and he swears that he's not in bed with the owners of these sites.
Is this a dirty business that you're in?
I don't consider it dirty, what I do. What I do is help people.
What you're basically doing is saying, if you don't pay me, I'm going to leave this damaging photo of you out on the internet.
When we first told this story earlier this year, Georgia lawmaker Roger Bruce was pushing a bill that would make it a crime for a website to charge someone in Georgia to remove a mugshot photo. After our report, nearly every state lawmaker supported his bill, and it became law. The Georgia governor signing it, joining a handful of states now trying to protect residents with booking photos.
If your mugshot is out there and you call them, they have 30 days to remove it. If they don't remove it, now they are in violation of the law.
The credit card companies are now helping lawmakers like Bruce in a big way, refusing to process transactions for mugshot operators. American Express says when the sites were brought to our attention, we conducted a detailed review and canceled as appropriate. And PayPal says they have a new policy, account suspension of any mugshot site that requires payment for removal. Even search engine giant Google making headlines with a new algorithm targeting the industry. Mugshot websites now push far down the list of average search results.
The websites are, though, difficult to keep track, because as much as you and other lawmakers who've gone after them have put a dent in some of their business, they're still running.
While we can't stop people from breaking the law, we now have methods in place to enforce it and to hopefully drive these people out of business and if they continue to break the law, to prosecute them.
In an email, we heard back from the owners of BustedMugshots.com, a popular site now facing a lawsuit from more than 250,000 people in Ohio, accusing the company of exploiting their photos for commercial gain. Company CEO Kyle Prowl told us he's providing a public service, saying that we feel that the public's right to know about local arrests and crime outweighs this concern, which is one of the main reasons the public records laws have determined these records must be disclosed to the public. He told us in March that his company removes photos for free when the person shows they've been exonerated. But this is what his website says tonight. We're in the process of altering our arrest record removal policy and are unable to remove this record at this time. Effective immediately, we will no longer be accepting payment for any record removal. Our insider says this is the result of new laws against the industry. He says the websites will keep rolling on without ever taking any pictures down.
She was arrested today and her photo is already online.
He says the real problem is the law, and that the industry would go away if authorities stopped treating booking photos like trophies.
The police can stop this overnight, and this is the part that no one is talking about. Why are we posting the mugshot of someone who simply missed traffic court?
Sophia Andrade has become the face and the emotional fire in the fight against the mugshot industry. She was there in Georgia the day the governor signed the new law, and she started a nonprofit to help other families fighting the websites.
I had to make a decision for myself that I'm not going to let this thing beat me.
Michael Needham says he's continuing in his recovery, which he says would be a lot easier if the websites weren't chasing him with these photos.
People make mistakes. Those mistakes shouldn't hold someone back for the rest of their life.
For Nightline, I'm Steve Osunsami in Atlanta.